Pretty sure. I mean, that's only gonna do, what, like 6 damage? It's nothing. It's nothing to me. I'm just gonna get another one. Just gonna get it back, just in case. Just in case you get another one of the castles. My fair citizens of Sodium City, we have Double Penetration. Now this deck is going to revolve around one of my favorite cards ever, and that is Primal Amulet, and then it's going to utilize Revival Revenge for the win condition. So Primal Amulet is a 4-mana artifact. Instant and sorcery spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. So technically it's like a ramp spell in a sense. But whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, put a charge counter on Primal Amulet. Then, if there are 4 or more charge counters on it, you may remove those counters and transform it. Now, this may clause is very important because if the opponent has something like a Field of Ruin on the battlefield or something that can blow up your land, you don't always want to flip it. Sometimes you just want to utilize it for the cheaper instants and sorceries until you can deal with whatever threat is that can blow up a land. Now I say that because once you flip it into a land, it's going to transform into Primal Wellspring. Now this is a land where you get to add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool, which is nice. When that mana is spent to cast an instant or sorcery, specifically, copy that spell and you may choose new targets for the copy. This is the meat and potatoes of the deck. This is what we're doing. We're essentially copying spells. Pretty simple. Are there easier ways to do this? Yes, probably, but this one just seems to be very consistent in what it can do, and the ramp aspect of it also makes it pretty valuable. It's not just a put it on the battlefield and it does nothing. It still acts as a pseudo ramp spell, and it's always there. It's always making your spells cheaper. It's not like a Mind Stone or something where you tap it for mana once and that's all, you can only use it once per turn. This is always there, so all your spells will always be cheaper. Well, they'll be cheaper until you flip it into the Primal Wellspring, of course, but that's besides the point. And if you have more than 1 Primal Amulet out in the battlefield, all the spells are reduced by 2 colorless, which again is quite amazing, especially when we're dealing with expensive cards like Revival Revenge. And we actually don't care about Revival at all. We only care about Revenge. So Revenge is a 6 mana, double your life total, and then target opponent loses half their life rounded up. So this is very important because if they're at 20 life and they cannot gain life, you need to cast Revenge 5 times in order for them to die. So the first time you cast it, they go down to 10. Second time they go down to 5. Next time they go down to 2. Next time is 1, and then next time they're dead. And again, this also is doubling your life every single time. So when you're playing Primal Amulet and you're double casting Revenge, if you're at like 10 life, let's say, and you're taking a little bit of damage, opponent's at 20 still, what you can do is you can double cast Revenge. You're gonna go up to 20 from the first one, opponent's gonna go at 10, and then your health total is gonna go up to 40, and the opponent's is gonna go down to 5. So you just went from a 10 HP to 40, and opponent just went from 20 HP to 5. It's a very, very powerful card. As limited applications, it does suck that you have to target the opponent. There's not too many things that will counteract that. One of the few things is going to be obviously Gruul Spellbreaker, but you're not casting it on their turn. Siren Storm Tamer is a big one. They can just sacrifice their Siren Storm Tamer for 1 mana and counter that, which of course sucks, but you have other problems if you're going up against mono blue and you're trying to cast Revival Revenge against them. So the ways that we get a ton of value out of our Revenge is by casting spells like Revitalize and Ritual of Rejuvenation as much as possible. So Revitalize is just a 2 mana instant. You get to gain 3 life and draw a card. So it's just a cantrip. And again, when you have Primal Amulet out, it's just a white source, gain 3 life, draw a card. Just fantastic. And then Ritual of Rejuvenation is a 3 mana, you gain 4 life and draw a card. But again, Primal Amulet makes it a 2 mana, gain 4 life, draw a card. Which again, fantastic. And the good thing about this is that if you're digging for something later on in the game, you already have one flipped amulet, you can actually double cast Ritual of Rejuvenation to gain 8 life, draw 2 cards. There's a lot of really, really good things about these cantrips later on in the game that can actually help you search for your Revival Revenge and then also set you up for way more benefits of doubling your life. It's really demoralizing when you're going up against some type of angel deck. They're getting up to 50 life, 55 life. You wrath the board, and then you end up just casting Revenge like 3 or 4 times. You're having their life total all the way back down to 10, 5, something like that. And then all of a sudden you're climbing up to in the multiple hundreds. It's always, always hilarious to watch. And usually they just surrender at that point. Now, of course, since we're running Abzan right now, we do also have Casualties of War in the deck. And I think it is a fantastic addition. One, because it does destroy one of everything. It's also just 6 mana. It does have a couple colorless, so you do get the benefit of it being cheaper from Primal Amulet. Being able to double cast Casualties of War is absolutely ridiculous. It's always something that it's ridiculous. It sucks so bad when it happens to you. If somebody has multiple planeswalkers out or multiple creatures, multiple enchantments, artifacts, whatever it is, you double cast Casualties of War and their board goes from a lot to not a lot very quickly. And it sucks a lot for them, but it's very good for us. It makes us super happy. A couple of the other cards that we're adding in green, because usually I just run this in Orzhov, I don't add in green. But we were running into quite a few mill decks initially, so I added in Gaea's Blessing, and you might see a game here and there in the video to where we run up against a mill deck, then it mill in Gaea's Blessing, and they just surrender. That does happen quite a few times. Either mill decks aren't playing Ashiok, or they're just not aware of the interaction between Ashiok and Gaea's Blessing. So if you mill Gaea's Blessing with Ashiok, Gaea's Blessing is exiled. It doesn't shuffle your graveyard into your library. It does, but Ashiok's exile goes through before the trigger from Gaea's Blessing, so it's irrelevant, essentially. So if you're out there, you're playing a mill deck, play Ashiok, and you don't even have to worry about Gaea's Blessing at that point, ever. And of course, one of my favorite cards in green, which is I think the reason I initially added green, was for Bala Ged Recovery. It's a 3-mana sorcery, return target card from your graveyard to your hand. This is ridiculously good with Primal Amulet once it's flipped, because you can double cast Primal Amulet, and if you have 1 Bala in your graveyard, you can get a Bala back into your hand, and then you can also get whatever card you want from the graveyard to your hand. The next turn, you can double cast the Bala that you got back in your hand to get back the Bala that you cast previous turn, and then get another card from the graveyard to your hand. And it's just an infinite, whatever you want to cast from your hand goes to the graveyard, and one of the Balas, you just keep getting it from your graveyard. It's amazing. It's fantastic. Highly recommend it, but most people surrender right when they start to see the loop. And of course, we always have Mastermind's Acquisition in these decks. Being able to double cast a Mastermind's Acquisition and search in your library or in your sideboard twice in one turn is so ridiculously powerful. It's just a must-have. Being able to have access to 15 extra cards in your sideboard is always really powerful. 4 mana is always really expensive though. However, when you have a Primal Amulet, it's only 3 mana, which is great. But if you flip a Primal Amulet, again, Mastermind's being cast twice, it's really, really worth the 4 mana. However, if you double cast Mastermind's Acquisition and you choose search your library for a card, you cannot search your library and search your sideboard. You have to do 2 of one of the modes, okay? That is most important to remember. One of the best things that we have for the tech in the sideboard is we also have another Masterminds in the sideboard. So if you double cast Masterminds, you can actually get 1 Masterminds from the sideboard just to have an extra one for later on in the game, and you can get whatever card you actually needed at that time from the sideboard. It's just a little tech here that you may use if you don't know exactly what you need to do next turn. It can be used to show off on the opponent, to kind of flex on them a little bit. Although they don't see the cards that you get, it is one of those things to where you just have the ability of doing many, many different things later on in the game. that's just a little extra tool that you are able to have access to. It's something that's cool. It's something that's used, and I highly recommend that you utilize it if you see the opportunity. If it gets to one of those times where you double cast Masterminds and you're not exactly sure what you need to get another Masterminds and then get one card that you know you need, and then you can kind of assess what you need from that second Masterminds later on, give it a turn or two, and then kind of go from there. The rest of the deck, again, is just filled with removal or whatever instants and sorceries I could get my hands on. For the most part, you only want instants and sorceries in a Primal Amulet deck. You almost don't want any permanents, and by almost don't want any, just don't want any. The only permanents you want are probably going to be in the sideboard anyway. Primal Amulet is the only permanent you want. Everything else, just throw it in the sideboard. Don't have to worry about it. But put whatever you want outside of the core cards, again, being Primal Amulet, Revival Revenge, Revitalize, and Ritual of Rejuvenation. If you're going to throw in green, you need some type of Graveyard Recursion. If you're going up against Mill, you definitely want Gaea's Blessing. Graveyard Recursion, of course, is great with Bala Ged Recovery, but you can use cards like Once in Future if you want to be really greedy about it, things of that nature. And if you want to take this deck home and play it for yourself, it's going to run you 51 rares and 2 mythics. This includes the sideboard though, so do keep that in mind. I will also say that this deck is the truth, so I highly recommend you building it if you have the wild cards. Again, I don't necessarily recommend that you craft a lot of this stuff just before a new set, because at the time of recording this video, it's about a week before a new set comes out, so I would not recommend it. But if you have the wild cards, definitely build it. It is a super fun deck. It's very, very consistent as long as you're not on tilt. Very important. Don't be on tilt when you play this deck because you will get destroyed. Just don't. Just trust me. Just don't. And if you want to get double penetrated by all these decks and more, then hit that subscribe button, bell notification. We come out with videos 7 days a week. You don't want to miss any of them. If you want to help out the channel even more than just subscribing, go ahead and hit that join button. You also get to see all the other perks you get for the various levels. I will even play your deck on stream and or in one of these YouTube videos. And of course, if you are a current member, thank you so much. And as for yesterday's comment question of the day, I asked you, what card do you think is the wrong rarity for draft? Like if a mythic should be a rare or a rare should be uncommon, uncommon should be common, one of those. Here are your answers. And if you want your comment featured in these videos, make sure you answer the comment question of the day every single day, 7 days a week in the comment section below. Stay salty and enjoy the games. Let's get it. I need to get some water after this. Carlos. All right, Carlos. Bring it. Okay. It's one of the few decks that I've ever run green in and not run Explore and or Cultivate. It's really weird. Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna sneeze. Yeah. Okay, so it's Coco Angels double. It's bad. At least we have a little bit of life gain. Obviously, we can't control what they get. Oh, it's Abzan. Oh, okay. That's super scary. As much as I would love to kill all of those, yeah. Don't think I'm dead. Oh shit. Could have definitely been dead. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm really close. Oh, that was it? Oh, that was anticlimactic. And 1, 2, 3. Okay. No, I am almost dead. Yeah. Okay. So I can Primal Amulet into a Gaia's Blessing. If they top deck a Coco, I'm fucked though, right? There's no way they top deck a Coco. There's no way. Feels like they have a Coco. I am gonna do this actually. 2, 3, 4. If they have a Coco, they have to do it now. Because it's their only chance. Jesus. Okay. Doomskar. Is it too late? Is it too late? What are they holding priority on? Got it. Did not see a heroic intervention coming.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Yeah. Okay. So. Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5. I can Primal Amulet and then double cast Casualties. Or I can Casualties and double Ritual Rejuvenation. Okay. I can do this. You don't have direct damage? Okay. So far, we're fine. All right, let's good. It's a good card. It's a good card. Mm-hmm. They are going to get a lot of life. But I'm going to get more. 1 to 32. Aha. Alright, we haven't lost yet. Because we won. Yeah. There you go. This deck is amazing. It can be slow sometimes if you're not getting the draws you need. But outside of that, unbeatable? Fuck. Well, I say it's amazing, but now I'm not too sure. Now I'm not too sure. It's a decent hand though. Like turn 2, couple turn 3 options. You garbage duress. Fucking garbage ass duress, alright. Probably get rid of Maelstrom Pulse if I were to take a guess. Maybe Casualties of War, but that's if they're really thinking long term. Yeah. I don't care. If they take the Doomskar, that's fine. See, now that I know they're a discard deck, because nobody else runs direct. Esper. Yeah, so now I really don't care if they discard Doomskar. So yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so Esper control. I'm not sure if it's Esper Doom. Because it could still be Doom Foretold. It could be Esper Hero, even though you don't really see that often. It could just be Esper Control. Negate? No. Ooh, Brazen Borrower. Come on. So they're gonna wait for it to get out like 3 counters, which is very upsetting. But that might mean they don't have anything else. I think I should have got the casualties. So, I didn't bounce it. If I can get one more instant, then I should be fine. So we know they have a Brazen Borrower. Okay, so now we just have to wait for them to bounce it. And then we can, in response. Got him.
Got him!
Okay. That's great. We like those. We like to see those. Oh, they were not happy about that. They were not happy about that. Outplayed. Outplayed. Unstoppable got stopped. Cringe. All right, let's get it. It's not the greatest. It's definitely not bad though. It's definitely not bad. Going first gives us an advantage here, as it normally does. I don't know if we have to revitalize. We're probably fine without it. Kind of depends on what they do. We should just do it anyway. All right. So, what do we have in sideboard? Against Eerie Ultimatum, so we can Gideon's Intervention. Okay. That's technically ramp. So next turn I can Casualties to kill that Poly K and the island with the Wolf Willowhaven on it. Or kill the Wolf Willowhaven and the Triome, which is probably what I'll end up doing. Two. Nice. Okay, cool. Land, enchantment creature. Boom, boom, boom. Alright, so they're back down to 4 mana. Which is great. I can cast Primal Amulet into a Ritual Rejuvenation if I top deck a land. Oh shit, okay. So yeah. I need a Masterminds. Do I have anything that stops that right away? Necromentia? That was the wrong fucking spell. God damn it. All right. That was a really, really, really bad punt. Yeah. Okay, might be dead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, yeah. We just have to hope they don't have it. The fuck is that card called? What are the ultimatums? Sultai Ultimatum. Deck list. Where is it? Why do I not remember what that fucking thing is called? Emergent. the other things. Cool. Just do this now. Beautiful. Less beautiful, but still fine. They did throw down their Shark Typhoon. We have Casualties of War, obviously that deals with that. We have quite a few things that deal with it, but it's just a matter of, do we have anything now? Currently, no. Getting 2 lands off top of our library was nice. They don't get anything from that. We know they have an Eliminate. That is 6 other cards, they only have 5. 23. Yeah, we're not super worried. Okay. And if we keep getting lands, we are. Good one. Good. All right. Don't have a discard spell. Don't have a Thought Steve. Please don't have a Thought Steve. They can escape their Pelucranos now. However, it gets a triple Revival Revenge, so I'm not super duper worried about it. I didn't even check to see if they had counter spells. Like, really matters right now? So they can Epiphany, obviously, which is still kind of rough. It's gonna be hard for them to plow through this much life, though. It's gonna be over 200 now. Yeah. Yeah. So it does prevent our Primal Amulet from getting any counters. But taking 10 damage a turn isn't really going to do too much to us. One, two, three. One. Oh, GG. Nice. Take that, Ultimatum, bitch. Easy game. Easiest game of my fucking life. If you want to see me build and play all these decks live, then go ahead and follow me over at twitch.tv/StriderStone. I stream 5 days a week, every day except Monday and Thursday. Schedules in the description below. Let's keep that momentum rolling. That was a great win. It's not every day you just get to destroy Sultai Ultimatum. Being able to rip all of that out of their deck, being able to rip all the ultimatums out of their deck, so ridiculously strong. Pretty good. It's kind of okay, pretty good. We're second. We have no untapped lands. Fine. As long as we can survive the deluge, we're fine. No, hey, we've been up against this person quite a few times. Okay. I don't trust that they don't have some type of discard spell. They've just gone black. They could be a discard deck and not necessarily a mill deck. Take that back. I take all of it back. I was lying. Apologize. You think the amulet gets countered? Oh, interesting. Very interesting. That I did not see coming. Okay, so let's hope that that took up the slot of Brazen Borrower. I don't think I have a way to kill that. Sideboard? Excellent Binding. Okay. It would be quite unfortunate if they had a way to get rid of that already. I would like to flip it. Why would you do that? Why would you do that?
Why would you do any of that?
That's bad. It's gonna be one of those decks. Let's see. If they have counter spells, that's really bad. Okay. So it's definitely not like a rogue deck. It could be. I guess Gonti's a rogue. Nice. Mother of fuck. Okay. One. 2. 3. I have to. I had no options. I had to, or else they were just gonna take it. That sucks. At least their hostage taker doesn't do anything now. They fucking got a Gaia's Blessing. I was kind of worried about that. If they get our other Gaia's Blessing, that's 2 Balas. We have 0 Balas left? Are you fucking kidding me? Oh my god, they got all of our Balas? And they got our Cling? Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? Holy shit. No!
No! God, please, no!
Wow. I'm so fucked. I'm possibly super fucked. I don't like this at all. What did they steal? good card. Also a great card. Alright, I think I wait. Fucking Garuda? Shit. Garuda into a Burgle Rat. Oh my god, and they took a goddamn Masterminds. Jesus Christ, opponent hit the fucking jackpot. And artifact. Not happy about this. Gonti number like 2 or 3. All right. Oh, fucking shit. All right, Gonti 1. Oh yeah, 2 because they brought back 1 with one of my Balas. Son of a bitch. No, they got a Lannister. They got a fucking Casualties. Oh my god, they got a goddamn Casualties. Ugh. Fuck, that's really bad. Alright, 29 to 20. Surprised they still have basics, actually. Masterminds, casualties. I think I still have, I think I put a Bala back in a while ago. Yeah, because they all got shuffled back in. Oh, they still have basics. Bala, Primal Amulet, and Ritual of Revenge. Let's go ahead and just get Panharmonicon. Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna start throwing shit out at this point. They have hostage takers, so playing actually playing anything is useless. Luckily, they gave up and we didn't have to play anything. But yeah, playing Primal Amulet would have been super, super sad. That was ridiculous. We've run into all sorts of ridiculous decks. We've died on turn 3 and turn 4. Even with early removal. Historic's getting beefy. But we're beating all the meta decks, which is the ridiculous part. We're just losing to all these fucking random ass, like, Famished Paladin, Mono Green Tron, like whatever the fuck is going on. I don't know. We're losing to weird shit, man. And it's like cats? So this is what I'm saying. We're running into weird stuff. It's hard. It's pretty much impossible to build a deck that just works around all of this. And it's hard to adjust the deck. Alright, that was pretty good. Don't really have many white sources. And then... Wait.
Get your ass back here, boy!
No, come on. That like wasn't even a game though. Well, at the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The last 5 games have all been fucking Rakdos or Mono Black or Mono Red. It's just been fucking nightmare. I don't know what the fuck is going on. I'm just running into this giant I don't even know. Fucking done. Well, it's the first elf deck we've run into in a long time. I swear to God, I'm on tilt. I'm like not reading, I'm not paying attention. I'm just on autopilot in a really bad way. It's like I just missed a Revitalize there. Yeah, because I could Revitalize last turn and then had this already foretold. And then held up Cling for any fucking thing I wanted. Dead from this, right? Can they make it indestructible? Can they make them indestructible? Do they have it? Okay, they have Coco. Yeah, I'm still behind because I should have had a Foretold Doomskar. I mean, there's no use in talking about it now. It's in the past. I mean, we still Doomskar this turn. We're at 2. They poke me with anything, I'm dead. Do they have their hoof? It's gonna attack me for 4. Okay. Wait, is there a buff or something? Oh, okay. I was like, what? So, do this, search our library for a Wrath. And then we Wrath. Probably gonna have to cling for a little bit of life. Please don't get a Crater Hoof. Okay. Sucks to have to exile those, but it's a good card. It's a good card. Alright, we like those. Stable. Down to 1 up to 14. Ooh. Okay. Yes. Nice top deck. I will not let you cast that now. That's a surrender. That's a scoop ski potatoes. Pretty sure. I mean, that's only gonna do what, like 6 damage? It's nothing. It's nothing to me. I'm just gonna get another one. Just gonna get it back, just in case. Just in case you get another one of the castles. Let's get Torment of Hailfire and a Mastermind. Two of them. Here's Empath. Card seems so scary. It is, because like when it comes down, just like, don't want any part of it. Uh, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 16. It's death, right? 16 times 3 is a lot more life than you have. Pretty sure. Yeah. Yep. Yep. Oh, that was fucking close. It was a good game, finally, though. It was a good game. At the end of the day, this deck went 24-17. However, these stats are very, very skewed because of the fact that I was on crazy amounts of tilt when I was recording the last part of this video, and I punted at least 5 or 6 different games, like in a major way, not like an accidental or small punt. I'm talking like I did a Cling to Dust on the Thoughtseize instead of the Cauldron Familiar, which caused me to literally lose the game. Instead of gaining life, I drew a card, and then they had the extra 3 or 4 damage and was able to swing in on top of that. It was just things like that. I just completely punted like 5 or 6 games away, and it was easy wins, and it was just atrocious. So again, take these stats with a grain of salt. I was just on crazy amounts of tilt the second half of recording this video. As for the bad matchups, it's pretty much always just going to be Mono Red Burn. Mono Red Burn is just a really, really rough matchup for us because we have a lot of removal spells, but they don't have anything to remove. The only thing they'll probably have is maybe a Lizard here and there to turn on their Lizard's Lightnings. Some of them will run the Steamkin, but not all of them, or they don't always play it because they just want to burn face. Which seems to be way more efficient than actually playing Steamkin and it taking a slot. It's always way more efficient just to play Lizard and go face with a bunch of burn spells. The thing is with that, is that of course, we have a ton of removal in our deck, and if we don't have anything to remove, we just have a ton of dead cards. We have a lot of life gain, however, they have way more burn spells than we do life gain spells. Our life gain spells are more about doubling our life and having their life. However, if we only have 3 to 6 life and we're doubling it, we're not really gaining that much life when they can just turn out 4 or 5 burn spells and just kill us, right? And so it does get to a very difficult position. If we cannot flip a Primal Amulet, it's almost impossible to beat Mono Red Burn. However, if we can flip Primal Amulet, it's almost impossible for them to win. The other biggest problems that we had was actually Rakdos Sacrifice and Jund Sacrifice, which I'm not actually sure why, but for the most part, the whole last part of recording this video, I ran into, I don't even know how many, and I was just on ridiculous amounts of tilt, and I just ran into so many of those. I punted so many games, and it was horrible. It was terrible. I don't know if it's a really bad matchup or if I'm just really bad about playing against those decks, but it was just not favorable whatsoever. So I would look out for that matchup. The other biggest one is Orzhov, and I don't actually know why we cannot beat Orzhov. I have literally no idea why. We have all of the tools to beat Orzhov. I was just never able to beat it. No idea. No idea why. Literally no idea. Like when it comes to Coco Elves, Mono Green Elves, even Mono Black, we're kind of 50-50 against. The majority of the meta decks, even Sultai Ultimatum, we absolutely stomp. It's like the meta decks we typically just beat, which is good for the most part. But right now, at least in Platinum, I ran into, it was like a singleton clusterfuck of weird ass decks. And then it was just sprinkled in with Jund Sac and Rakdos Sac and Mono Red Burn. And that's all I ran into the second half of recording this video. And it was just me punting a lot of those games away. So as you can see here, the second half, it was just 1-2, lost 4, 1-3, lost 3, 1-1, lost 2. It was atrocious. It was so bad, but the majority of these, even some of these wins, it was like 1 minute. It's because I did a board wipe when they flooded the board. This one, 2 minutes. It was something kind of similar. Some of these games were so fast. It was almost all of them. It was like I lost on turn 3 or they lost on turn 3. It was like every single game. It was so ridiculously not fun. It wasn't even playing Magic. It was just I won or I lost. There was no good games. I had 2 or 3 good games the entire night. As you can see, it was this one, this one was really good. This one was really good. This one was pretty good. But everything else was just complete and utter garbage. But you look at the previous times, and it was like most of those were good. A lot of these were good. A lot of these were good. But you can see the difference in the decks. It was just, I don't know what happens. Something happened today where I was just on crazy amounts of tilt. And this whole block, it was like Rogues, Mono Red Burn, Rakdos Sack, Mono Black Discard, Mono Black, I forgot what that was, and then Mono Red Burn. It was so weird. It was so weird. So take it for what you will, but the deck is fucking amazing. I highly recommend it. It does very, very well. I've already had a lot of people come to me and tell me that they've been playing it on the ladder and they've had a lot of success with it. So again, play it, just don't play it on tilt. Thank you all so much for watching. If you made it to this point, it means you either really enjoyed the video or you fell asleep and I'm waking you up now. Either way, thank you for all the support. I really do appreciate it. If you want to see more videos like this, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell notification, come out with videos 7 days a week.